Hello, in this video we will demonstrate how to use OCI to communicate and run the ctrlX drive. We will show velocity mode and position mode, and how to read the actual velocity, position and status message using Python. To get started, open your preferred browser and navigate to the official Bosch Rexroth US website. Once you are there, head to the Download section and search for EAL. Your search results for Easy Automation Library will be listed with size, file type, and release date. You will also find other helpful files, such as Linux packages and release notes, in case you are working in a different development environment. Download the Setup EAL SDK for Windows. Once the download is complete, extract the zip file to a local folder. Inside, you will find the release notes and the .exe file to initiate the setup process. Launch the installer to begin the setup. Now, a new setup window will open. Please keep the default installation path and click Install to proceed. The EAL SDK includes examples for different coding languages, drive tools, how-to guides, and binaries. Once finished, an EAL SDK folder will be created, which includes the necessary files. Finally, a system reboot is required to complete the installation and update the environment variables. Once the reboot is complete, open your File Explorer and navigate to Program Files 86, Rexroth, EAL SDK 02 version. Inside that folder, open the readme.html file. Here, you'll find important information about the EAL system, including the version you've installed, supported binaries, and links to additional documentation. Next, open the EAL4.net folder, and go into the samples directory. Here, you'll see three subfolders: MATLAB, Python, and Visual Studio. Start by opening the doc folder inside the Python folder and launching the EAL.pdf file. This document provides a deep dive into the EAL architecture and available functions. We recommend reviewing this based on your specific requirements. For Python-specific guidance, open the Python Windows.pdf file. It outlines all steps required to set up and run Python. Before installing Python, let's install an engineering platform from Bosch Rexroth, ctrlX Works, that supports our development and navigation through application. To get started, open your browser and search for ctrlX Works Bosch Rexroth, click on the first link, and scroll down to locate the downloads. Click the Download Now button. Depending on your region, you might be redirected to your local Bosch Rexroth site. To continue, you'll need to sign up or log into Central Rexroth. Once you're in, you'll be taken to the Rexroth Collaboration Room, where you'll find various tools and software packages. Look for ctrlX Works Engineering and download the latest version. Keep in mind, this is a large file, since it includes a full suite of engineering tools and virtual controllers for pre-commissioning. So, the download may take a while. While the download progresses, let's set up Python. Head over to python.org/downloads and search for version 3.7.6 or the recommended one in the documentation. Download the Windows executable installer, save it somewhere locally. Once downloaded, run the installer. Make sure to check Add Python to Path, then click Install Now to begin setup. As the Python installation is running, let's also get our development environment ready. For this tutorial, we're using Visual Studio Code, a lightweight and flexible editor that supports extensions for Python and many other languages. Next, we need to install the package PythonNet, which is required to interface with the ctrlX drive using EAL. You can check if it's already installed by opening a terminal and running pip install. If you're working behind a firewall or proxy, make sure your proxy settings are configured. Once the ctrlX Works download is complete, extract the zip file to a local directory of your choice. In the ctrlX workspace, you'll find virtual control devices, engineering tools, app build environment, and utilities. Go to Engineering Tools and click on Engineering Tool Setups to see different tools like ctrlX IO Engineering, ctrlX PLC Engineering, and ctrlX Drive Engineering. Click on ctrlX Drive Engineering and install the latest version available. Meanwhile, our Python setup is now complete. To verify the installation, open Python in administrator mode and execute a simple instruction. Next, let's install the required Python package to interface with the drive. Open a terminal and run pip install pythonnet to install the package. Tkinter is included by default. Verify the installed packages by running pip list. Once ctrlX Drive Engineering installation is complete, launch the application from the Tools menu by clicking Open ctrlX Drive Engineering. The ctrlX Drive Engineering version used in this video is 1.34.1. To connect your drive, go to Tools, Connection, select Connection, and click Connect. The IP address will be automatically detected by the tool. Once connected, right-click on Access/Power Supply and select Enable Firmware Functions. This will display details of the connected drive, including the type code, firmware version, and productivity package. To enable OCI for the drive, scroll down to Open Core Interface and check the option, Control the drive. Finally, reboot the drive to complete the setup successfully. In this video we are using VS Code. You can choose to use your preferred IDE. Download the necessary extensions from the marketplace, such as Python, Pylance, and Python Debugger for a smoother development experience. Once the extensions are installed, we are ready to start. Open a sample code from the SDK by navigation to Program Files 86, Rexroth, EAL SDK, 02 VRS, EAL4.net, Samples, Python. You will find multiple examples here to work with. Open Read Data Write Data in your IDE. Import the necessary system and OS packages required. The DLL is a compiled binary that comes with the SDK. Navigate to EAL4.net. Bin. Find EAL.dll. Set the path reference to the DLL in a variable called DLLPath and append it to sys.path. Once the reference is added, import EAL connection from EAL. Pylance may display a warning since the binaries are compiled in .NET and not recognized as a standard Python library. Please ignore this warning. Start the connection by providing the drive's IP address. You can find this IP by launching ctrlX Drive Engineering, going to Tools, Connection, select Connection, which displays all connected devices with their dynamic IP addresses. You can always visit Parameter Editor by right-clicking and verify the parameter. You can copy the IP address and update it in your code. Next, print the connection status to confirm a successful connection. If the connection fails, Python will raise an exception. In this example, we are reading and writing to the parameter s0-0036 target velocity. Experiment with different values, for example 200, and you can observe the changes in the console output. To execute the code, open command prompt in administrator mode and run Python readDataWriteData.py. This will print the connection status, read the current value, update it, and print the updated value. We will now examine the code that implements the drive communication and control functions presented in this video. We begin by importing the required packages. We use tkinter to build the graphical user interface and threading to enable concurrent execution for continuous status polling and real-time access to parameter values. Additionally, we import the DLL. Global variables are defined to manage the drive connection, the axis, and the drive's operational status. Several parameters are mapped, including command velocity, actual position, target position, and target velocity. We then define Python functions to implement back-end communication with the drive. The function connectDrive reads the IP address and establishes a new connection. Through this connection, access to the axis and its parameters is obtained. The drive language is set to English, and the current status is read. To determine whether the encoder is ready for operation, parameter S0-0403 is checked. If not active, bit 11 is set to enable it. Once the encoder is operational, the connection status is displayed. Any exceptions are caught to prevent application failure. The disconnectDrive function is used to terminate the connection in a controlled manner. The function updateReadValues continuously reads the actual velocity and position. monitorStatus is used to continuously check the drive status message. enableDrive is used to switch the drive to operational mode. This changes the status from AB to AF, operation enabled. Once enabled, the drive's operating mode must be selected. This is done using setBits4control. Based on the selected mode, velocity or position, the 16-bit value of parameter P0-4028 is modified. By default, bits 15, 14, and 13 configure the drive for velocity mode. For position mode, bit 9 must be set additionally. Now, let's review the GUI code. A new tkinter root window is created and configured with the required parameters, such as background, labels, and window size. The current status can always be verified in the Drive Engineering tool. Use the parameter editor or access the complete parameter list by selecting Parameterization, Parameters, Search Parameters, List of all commands. In the lower left corner of the screen, the connected motor and the drive's panel display are visible. The current status is AB. Switching to AF initiates drive operation. This transition is also shown on the drive display. We continue by running the program in the Visual Studio Code terminal. This action opens a new window for the application. At the top, a status message is displayed. Additionally, the actual velocity and actual position values are continuously updated in real time. The interface provides an input field for the drive's IP address, as well as buttons for connect and disconnect. A connection status message indicates the current state of the drive communication. An Enable Drive button is available to switch the drive into operational mode. Two modes of operation are supported: velocity control and position control, each utilizing specific parameters to initiate motion. You can verify parameter changes directly within the parameter editor of the Drive Engineering tool. We connect the drive, and the connected status is displayed in green, indicating a successful connection and enabling the encoder. A status message is also updated accordingly. Before beginning any operation, it is necessary to enable the drive's operation mode. Click Enable Drive. A confirmation alert indicates that the drive has been successfully enabled. Verify that the mode on the panel switches to AF. Set a command velocity of 100 RPM and start velocity control. Observe the motor rotating accordingly. The current velocity value is continuously updated on the screen. Clicking stop will halt the velocity control. You can verify the velocity value in the drive engineering tool as well. The speed can be increased to execute different operational speeds. Next, we switch to position control. Set the target position from -35,835 to 0, with a target velocity of 100 and target acceleration of 1000. Parameter values can be verified in the operation mode under drive internal interpolation. Observe how the actual position decreases and stops once the target position is reached. Finally, disconnect the drive and observe the operation mode switch from AF back to AB. We hope you find this video helpful. Join the ctrlX automation community and find further information about ctrlX Drive and the many other ctrlX automation products and solutions. Thank you for watching.